Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the special meeting of Council of the Shire of Capel for the 18th of October 2021. I declare the meeting open at 6:01 p.m. Acknowledgement of Country. I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we are meeting on, the Nala Kala Budja and the Southwest Bajara people. We wish to acknowledge and respect their continuing connection to the land, waters and community. We pay our respects to all members of the Aboriginal communities and their cultures, and to elders past, present and emerging. It's also a great pleasure to acknowledge and welcome the Shire of Capel's Honorary Freeman, Mr Bill Spur, Mr Julian Sanders and his wife Val, and Mrs Margaret Smith. We welcome you to tonight's proceedings, and it's really great to have you here. Recording of attendance. Welcome to new councillors, and congratulations on your success at the recently held 2021 local government elections. Also, a big thank you to all candidates that nominated and participated as part of the election. I don't think we have any apologies or leave of absence. Any applications for leave of absence from anyone? Nil. Item 3, public question time. Is there any questions from the public? Please come forward to the lectern stating your name and location and ask your question. No public questions? Great. Item 4, declaration of recently elected councillors. Under the Local Government Act, section 2.291 provides that a person elected as a councillor has to make a declaration in the prescribed form before acting in the office. The 4 councillors declared elected on the 16th of October 21 are now required to make a declaration before further participating in the special meeting. Mr Bill Spur, JP and Freeman of the Shire of Capel will officiate with the declaration, and then after that we'll take some very quick photographs. So I'd ask Christine Terrentroy, Ashley Dillon, Peter Mccleary and Doug Kitchen to just do the necessary declaration at the desk down the back, and then we'll come up the front for photos. We're now going to ask each councillor or each person to read out their declaration and then come to the front and we'll get a photo with Bill, the JP, for our records. So Christine, if you're happy to start first.
I, Christine Ann Troy of 13 Eclipse Bend, Dalyellup, Western Australia 6230, have been elected to the office of Councillor of the Shire of Capel, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability. And I will observe the Local Government Act, Rules of Conduct, Regulations 2021.
Ashley Dillon, if you can read your declaration.
Thank you very kindly. I, Ashley Peter Dillon of 19 Proper John Road, Capel, having been elected to the office of Councillor of the Shire of Capel, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Local Government Rules of Conduct Regulations 2021.
Peter Mccleary.
Thank you. I, Peter Kenneth Mccleary of 11 Coolberry Road, Dalyellup, have been elected to the office of Councillor of the Shire of Capel. Declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly and faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Local Government Rules of Conduct Regulations 2021.
Doug Kitchen.
Thank you. I, Douglas Jeffrey Kitchen of 363 Clark Road, Boynup, having been elected to the office of Councillor of the Shire of Capel, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Local Government Rules of Conduct Regulations 2021.
Welcome to all councillors to the Shire of Capel. And thank you, Bill. Thank you for officiating at the declaration. We'll move on to item 5, the election of the Shire President. The Local Government Act Schedule 2.3 Division 1, Section 4 provides that the council is to elect a councillor to fill the office of President. I've received 3 nominations for the office of Shire President prior to the meeting. Nominations are about to close. Do I have any further nominations? No. I therefore advise that the nominations for the vacant position of Shire President are now closed. The nominations have been received from Councillor Cara Andrews, Councillor Doug Kitchen, Councillor Rosino Mogg. Prior to voting, all nominees, should they choose, will be provided with up to 2 minutes to address fellow elected members in relation to their nomination. Councillor Andrew, if you're happy to go first.
Congratulations and welcome to the 4 new councillors, and congratulations, Doug, on being re-elected. The 5 characteristics that I have that I think would make me a good president for our Shire: honesty, integrity, communication, empathy and accountability. I feel our Shire needs to get creative and develop independent and sustainable revenue sources. Our heavy reliance on rates is unsustainable. Supplying our own resources, property development, tourism, commercial leases, and the Southwest's rubbish problem are all opportunities that should be explored as to the economic benefit they could bring to the Shire of Capel. Our Shire has incredible potential. We need to enhance our tourist attractions and events to become a destination in our own right. The Equestrian Centre, Iron Gully Falls, the Chewett Forest, the Leschenault Lady, the Bunbury to Bustleton Bike Path, Joondalup Nature Walk, Boyanup, and the Southern Dalyellup Beach all need to be developed and promoted. We need to build better relationships with our neighbouring shires, particularly Bunbury and Bustleton. We need to become more protectionist of our local Indigenous heritage and ancestral sites. I'm passionate about our environment and protecting it for future generations. We need to be committed to providing land developments which suit the future needs of the people in our Shire, providing suitable developments for our retiring population so they can remain in their communities. The Shire needs positive communication and engagement with the community. We need to be and do more than rates, roads and rubbish. Projects like the Bunbury Soup, bringing the Bunbury Soup Van to the Shire, investing in the development of our young people and providing them with opportunities are some of the reasons I ran for council in the first place, and I'll continue to pursue these regardless of the outcome of tonight's vote. Because there are several people in the room that don't know me, I've lived in the Shire since I was 6. I went to Capel Primary in Newton Moore, and when our girls were 5 and 3, which was a long time ago now, Lee and I decided it was time to move back to Stratham for the lifestyle. Since we've moved back, I've volunteered and been involved in the community. I'm not a show pony. I'm not putting my hand up for president to fulfil any higher political aspirations or ego bucket. I've put my hand up because I think I have the attributes and relationship building skills to do the best job. I lead with humility, empathy and compassion, knowing that our local community and this organisation needs a little bit of TLC. I also think there are great ideas for the future of the Shire and our community within this room. I've good relationships with my fellow councillors and staff. I'm inclusive. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong or when the extent of my knowledge has been extinguished. I'm also not afraid to stand up for myself and speak up when need be. I'm kind, helpful, friendly, and I do like a good joke, even if it's at my own expense.
Thank you, Councillor Andrew. Councillor Doug Kitchen.
Thank you, Mr CEO, and welcome to the new councillors, and glad to be back. Fellow councillors, I ask for your support for the position of Shire President because I believe I have the skills and knowledge to serve this district. I fundamentally believe in the principles of servant leadership, and first and foremost, I will always serve this council and the community that it represents. Over the past 4 years that I've been an elected member, I have committed to bettering my skill set and knowledge base, having recently completed the Diploma of Local Government. We have a new strategic community plan and a community survey that shows the outcomes that the community is seeking. I seek to lead a council team working with the administration that ensures our informing strategies are up to date, meet expectation and are affordable. I want to work with fellow councillors in improving our image of good governance, but most importantly as Shire President, I want to build our culture and ensure that our organisational values flow all the way through our key decision-making process and are part of everything we do. I have lived in this district my entire life. I know it well, but I don't pretend to know everything, and I'll admit when I'm wrong. I understand and appreciate the deep passions the people who live in this district have for their patch. We live in a unique shire, it is diverse, and it truly offers the lifestyle of choice. It would be an honour and a privilege to serve you and our community in this position, and I ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Kitchen. Councillor Rosina Mould.
Thank you. Kaya, hello and welcome to Budja, the country, and this special meeting place today. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians, the Wadandi people, and their continued connection to land, waters and community. I would like to say welcome to our distinguished guests, partners, and to our new formed council sitting before us, wishing new councillors all the best. I'd like to acknowledge and thank our outgoing councillors, Murray Scott, Michael Southwell, for their service to local government and positive contributions to our shire. As a councillor, I've reflected on my own experience and know we can improve our practices by implementing new positive changes. So I've requested processes to be put in place to better the workplace and future councillors' experience, such as acknowledgements at last council meeting and meetings in the past and other, and for future ones, refreshments, an election evening and other, more welcoming council chambers, induction process, mentorship for new councillors, civic ceremony actions, planned bus trip that we'll all get to experience, and the Shire assets for new councillors especially. I decided to nominate for President believing I can do it. I have been a Scout leader for 18 years with a recognised certificate of adult leadership to teach our Scout youth section, fellow adult leaders, life and leadership skills. I've come to recognise the Scouting program has been the best prerequisite for a councillor position. I've demonstrated to be a good councillor, and the best way is to lead by example. I believe I've been that example by conducting the right values and attributes required for a councillor. One of the most important attributes for the position is availability. And I fortunately have this, as I have demonstrated by representing 8 community groups as a councillor representative on, as well as the additional group, club and individual concerns, such as Capel Regional Equestrian Park, Capel Road Safety Action Group, the Cardigan Biodiversity Park and more. I will continue to commit and attend community groups, award events day and night. I have a 100% attendance rate of councillor meetings and all 8 citizenship ceremonies, of which require only the President and the Deputy to conduct. I believe I have the passion, the availability and the commitment to put the energy into the position that's required. If elected, I'll treat it as if it were my full-time job and put team into council, as it's only when we're together, everyone achieves more. Our council staff and community of our great shire deserve someone who has the time to commit to the President's role and make it their priority. I am not aligned to any political party. I've been working on putting unity back in community, building on and restoring relations. When elected, along with the team Capel Council and Shire staff, will take this further where it's required, bettering our next strategic community survey results. Help lead council knowing a lot of work is required to restore our Shire's reputation, and together we all can do it. I know of and have good rapport with our local government representatives and have met with them and many ministers within the many campaigns or community roles involved in the last 9 years. I know how to lobby to get results and funding for projects. I'm currently working through my diploma in local government, and this will help give me the skills to deliver and provide good governance to council, staff and people of our shire. Our council needs guidance, good representation, leadership and a different style of leadership. Please give me the opportunity to show this as a president. I have no hidden agenda. My intent is to lead the elected members to make good decisions, to work with the CEO to drive the Shire of Capel projects forward, inspire the community, to value the present and excited by the future as I am. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mogg. Thank you to all nominees. We'll now move to the vote. The vote will be conducted by secret ballot. Ballot papers are now being passed around. Councillors are requested to record one name only, that being the person that they want to vote for the vacant position of Shire President. So one name only. Thank you, councillors. And please just indicate when you've finished your vote. Thank you, councillors. I declare the person to be elected and congratulate the new Shire President of the Shire of Capel to be Councillor Doug Kitchen. Just before Councillor Kitchen gets too comfortable, I'd ask him to go and sign the declaration as Shire President.
I, Douglas Jeffrey Kitchen, of 363 Clark Road, Boynup, having been elected to the office of President of the Shire of Capel, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly, and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability. And I will observe the Local Government Rules of Conduct Regulations 2021. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll move on to part 6 of the agenda tonight, the election of the Deputy President. The Local Government Act 1995, Schedule 2.3, Division 2, Section 8, indicates that the Council is to elect a councillor other than the Mayor or President to fill the office of Deputy President. I will ask the CEO to conduct the election of the Deputy President.
Thank you, Shire President. I currently have 2 nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor. Do we have any more nominations? Councillor Sciano.
Thank you, Mr CEO. I wish to nominate for the position of Deputy President.
Any further nominations before we close nominations? All right, no further nominations. We'll call nominations to a close. Therefore, we have 3 nominees for Deputy President: Councillor Rosina Mogg, Councillor Cara Andrew and Councillor Seb Sciano. Right. The Shire President's happy for each of the councillors to have 2 minutes to speak on their interest in the Deputy President's position if they choose. If they choose. Councillor Andrew, you happy to go first? Thank you. Councillor Mogg.
Yes, thank you. It's an honour and welcome Councillor Kitchen, our now new President to the Shire. I think we have a bright future in our Shire and Council, and I look forward to working alongside the President and our Council and conclude, my words said in my speech. And thank you. I hope I have your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mogg. Councillor Sciano.
Yes, CEO, I wish to exercise those 2 minutes to talk, and as the first time to speak tonight now, I'd like to obviously congratulate Councillor Doug Kitchen on his election to President tonight, but also a special mention to Councillor Andrew and Councillor Mogg, because in this space, in local government and in getting involved in the community, it is an achievement to be here at this table, and it's an achievement to be a part of the process. And so I congratulate our new councillors tonight, returning Councillor Kitchen, Councillor Christine Terran-Troy, Councillor Ashley Dillon, and good to see Councillor Peter Mccleary back at the table. He's just taken a small holiday for a couple of years and now he's back. Many of you obviously know me quite well. We've begun to build relationships over the many years that we've worked together in many different places, whether it be here at the table or out in the community. My partner Sarah and I have lived here in Capel together for more than 5 years now, and I've been here in Capel for 12 years, half my life, 24. My actual journey with the Shire starts nearly 10 years ago as the President of the Youth Advisory Council here at the Shire of Capel, and I came to this table with the intention that I wanted to see a voice for young people in the community. Obviously, it set a little bit of a light in a lot of people because we have such a diverse range of people here in council today. And that's a trend that's happening across the board as well, and it's fantastic to see. I love local government. In fact, I work in it every day now as the Shadow Minister for Local Government. It's a very interesting position. But I love it most importantly because local government is the closest form of government to the people. It is the form of government where we are in touch with the people the best, whether it be the community groups, whether it be the constituents, whether it be a problem with drainage all the way up to electoral affairs and whatnot. But it's the closest to the people. It's the closest, it is the position that fulfills you the most as any member in the community. In fact, some often think as a young guy in high school, I thought that state and federal politics would be great fun, but I've definitely fallen in love with the position I have here. Local government is also a team sport, and Councillor Mogg I think she must have been looking over my shoulder when I wrote my notes this afternoon, because it's a team sport. Not only it's a team sport, both in the way that we build a culture around this room and we run a council, but also the way that it's intertwined throughout our local government legislation. I don't know much about team sport that involves footballs and whatnot. May not surprise you, I don't play many sports. But I do know that it was thanks to a team that Daniel Ricciardo was able to win the Italian Grand Prix with the tools that he had. But what do I represent? I represent communication, I represent building relationships, I represent working together, professional development and fairness and balance. I'm not here to undo what's been done in the last 2 years. In fact, I think that we as a council have come a long way. And I'm here to continue on a journey and move forwards. I also want to talk about networking, commitment to working, and the different levels of government that I'm willing to work with and the experience that I bring into that space as well. Kieran had a fantastic motion before council last month about grant schemes and about working with stakeholders and different levels of government to progress this Shire forwards. That's a vision that I believe in. But to wrap it up, I'm excited for the council's future and I hope that you are as well. And that's why tonight I look for your support as Deputy President. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Sciano. So we'll now move to the vote. Same instructions. Thank you, councillors. If you can just record your vote against one name only, and then let me know when you have finished voting. The winner of the vote, and congratulations as the new Deputy President of Shire of Capel, is Councillor Seb Sciano.
I, Sebastian Vincent Sciano Di Cola, of 17 Waddingham Loop, Capel, WA 6271, having been elected to the office of Deputy President of the Shire of Capel, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of the office for the people in the district according to the best of my judgment and ability, and will observe the Local Government Rules of Conduct Regulations 2021.
All right. Thank you, Councillor Sciano, and thank you, councillors. We'll move on to item 7, allocation of councillor seating within the council chamber. It is required to, under the standing orders of Shire of Capel Local Law 2016, that at the first meeting held the council will assign their seats. Just to save on a bit of time, we won't actually move to the seats tonight if you just stay where you are, but going forward, the seat you are assigned is where you will sit from then on. So this part of the councillor seating arrangement is to be conducted by the CEO, so I will hand over for the assignments to seats.
Thank you, Shire President. Allocation of the seating will be undertaken for all positions except those reserved for the conduct of the meeting, being Deputy President, Shire President, CEO and the minute taker. The minute taker will be moving back to the main table. So the first allocation is position 1, which is where Councillor Tarantoy now is, and that goes to Councillor Mogg. The second seating is currently where Councillor Andrew is, and that goes to Councillor Tarantoy. The third seat is next to where Councillor Dillon is at the moment, and that goes to Councillor Dillon. Stay put. The next seat is where Councillor Mogg currently is, and that goes to Councillor Mccleary. The next seat is where Councillor Clues is, and that goes to Councillor Clues. Get comfortable. The next seat is where Councillor Noonan is, and that goes to Councillor Andrew. And then the last seat is where Councillor Mccleary currently is, and that goes to Councillor Noonan. So you just swap ends of the table. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. CEO. All right, the setting of meeting times and dates. Currently, the council meetings are held on the 4th Wednesday of the month, except for the December meeting, which is held on the 3rd Wednesday, because the 4th Wednesday is too close to Christmas. All council meetings will, unless otherwise advised, will commence at 6 p.m. There is an officer's recommendation there that is what we do. Is there a mover for the officer's recommendation? Councillor Clues, and seconder, Councillor Noonan. Councillor Clues, would you like to open discussion? Councillor Noonan. Is there anybody against the recommendation? Does anyone want to make any comments? Don't want to close discussion? No? Well, I'll put that one to the vote. Those in favour? And that is carried unanimously. All right. Thank you, everyone. There being no further business on the meeting tonight, I'll declare the meeting closed at 6:47. Thank you very much.
I stole them out.